Hello everyone, this is Own Wall Street with the TradersPerspective.com. I'm taking a look at the major U.S. stock market indices. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average on the daily time frame. And as you can see here, from my videos last week, I did mention this downtrend line here that the markets were respecting. And even though we did have a rally off of this 20,400 level, which I did mention in my video last week that we needed to hold this, that would be one area of near-term support. And we did, in fact, bounce off of it. We could not get above the 50 period simple moving average. I do have my moving average is still confirming that we are in a bearish trend. Even though it's not very strong to the downside, it's just a quiet downtrend, quiet correction, if you will. And so now that my prices, or excuse me, my moving averages have broken below the 50 period simple moving average near 20,655, that is now looking that it's proving to be resistance. We may see a pop back up, but I do not see any substantial upside unless we do in fact close above this 50 period simple moving average on the Dow. That would indicate that the trend is now potentially looking to go higher. We did, try to hold this 50 back here, but unable to get back above. And since, even though we had that very strong day last week on Thursday, I believe it was, on April 20th, we could not close near or above my moving averages here, which act as resistance when prices are below, and as support when prices are above. So we are still below my moving averages and below the 50. I still see further downside for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Let me go ahead and load up the Nasdaq for you. Okay, so in front of you, you see the Nasdaq on the daily time frame. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and I will go ahead and quickly put in some areas of supply and demand. Just to keep it visual friendly. The Nasdaq actually, out of the three major market indices, does appear to be the strongest looking. However, those of you familiar with the tech bubble back in the 90s, early 2000s, the Nasdaq was also one of the stronger ones. And again, hopes and dreams, up in smoke. Don't let these indices fool you. I do have the moving averages kind of dwindling together. I don't necessarily see a confirmed breakout on my averages. They are kind of on basically one color right here, which is kind of interesting because I don't see that too frequently. But we did have the Nasdaq break below the 50 period simple moving average and then reclaimed it, and now we have in fact pushed higher to all-time highs near 5,300. And on Friday we kind of saw some profit taking, but the main issue is going to be here if the Nasdaq can maintain the strength. If these moving averages that I have here cross this 50 period simple moving average, then I would look, and I continue to expect further downside here in the U.S. stock markets. If I look at the 4-hour time frame, you can kind of get an idea of what's happening. We had this Gravestar doji here, and we've just been kind of looking like we've been looking to push down back to this 50 period simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So again, if I look at the daily chart, I don't see this as a very strong move. We do have a gap to close here on the Nasdaq, which is going to be near the 50 period simple moving average on the daily time frame, and I do believe we'll get there. So it's anybody's guess on exactly where we go. I don't know necessarily if we're going to put in new highs on the Nasdaq first. I'm not really concerned with that. What I am looking at is what's going to happen with this close. So if we do push above here and close above higher and new fresh highs, then obviously that may spark some more buying or short covering. But so the levels to watch for earlier in the week are going to be 59.30, let's call it, to make it even, and we'll be looking for price to maintain above this 50 period simple moving average on the daily time frame. I am going to go ahead and say that I believe that we're going lower. I think this is just like a false move up to the upside. We do have a gap here to close as well, so keep your eyes on that. But in the meantime, I'm going to say that I don't expect us to go above 59.30. If we do, then there's going to be a change of tone for me on Wednesday when I do my second video analysis. So let me go ahead and give you the S&P while I'm at it. Give me one moment. Okay, so here's the S&P on the daily time frame as well. Similar pattern to the Dow. Again, the Nasdaq is the only one that's really kind of bucking the trend as far as being above its 50-period simple moving average. But believe you me, I think that once that changes, I think that's when we're going to see the market kind of responding. So again, I mentioned previously last week or the week prior regarding this level here as being the near-term support to watch that level. We did in fact come very close to testing it again, and we do have a gap here to close. We have the S&P making a rally attempt here on what was Thursday, where the markets had a very strong day. Did fail to get back above this 50-period simple moving average, did continue to respect this downtrend line here, and my moving averages have now not only bearish crossed back here, but now we've crossed below the 50-period simple moving average. And typically what that means, as far as my members are concerned and know, that once this occurs, then price typically goes further to the south. So I do believe we'll be testing this downside. I don't think that we have the bullish drive to get higher. The key level here is to watch if we get above this 50-period simple moving average and this downtrend line here. So in the near term, I do believe we'll be going lower. And then on Wednesday, when I update you, you'll have my latest and greatest on my opinion and perspective on what's happening. This is on Wall Street from the tradersperspective.com. Thank you so much for watching. Stop by on Wednesday, subscribe to the channel. Don't miss out on what the market's doing. Thank you again for watching.